Why hello there, and welcome back to whatever it says on the side of the screen here. We are now in the second week of Zine Quest 2K22, which means that it is time to look at projects from the first week of Zine Quest 2K22. Starting with Cannabis 4200 AD, a game about stoners on a high school field trip and their quest to sneak away from, the rest of the field trip to get very high. Hopefully high enough to be able to phase into the Cannabis, which is a 5-star portmanteau right there. And overall, this just sounds like a fun little idea, and I don't even smoke the marijuana. But as I always say, tabletop role-playing games can and should be about stuff other than just exploring dungeons and fighting dragons. They can be about just getting high. And next, Toche Thespians. Another game about high school, but this time, instead of stoners, it's about theater kids putting on a musical production. And just like Cannabis, as I said, I like games that explore different kinds of stories beyond the dungeon and or dragon type. And, who doesn't love musicals? Probably some people, but I love musicals, and I'm making the list. Also, this one and Cannabis are both powered by the apocalypse, so if that is a thing that you like or do not like, it will influence whether or not you will check out these games. And now, Minion. Let's be honest here, it is certainly not the first and probably not the last game that puts you in the shoes of the monsters instead of the hero. It's not even the last one on this list today. But it's an idea that I like. It is a fun concept saying, now you are the monster, not the hero. And this one does seem like it is kind of handled in more of a fun way, more of a fun, silly way, which fun, silly things are often fun and silly. And now, Mail Order Apocalypse, a game set in a very late-stage capitalist dystopia, where all labor has been replaced by automation, which of course has then displaced the entire human population because all of the robots were programmed to make profits, and when the people don't have money because all of their jobs have been replaced by automation, they don't have any money to give the robots for products and or services, so the robots just say, get out of here, and that's what this game is about. So it is a game about those surviving on the outskirts of this fully automated society with no one living in it. A perfect utopia that has been created for no one, but it just moves forward. It continues functioning without actually serving anything other than the idea of generating profit, even though there are no actual profits being generated because there are no people and you need people to give money for the profits to work out. I think it might be an allegory. I'm not sure on that one, but I'm pretty, wise to these things, and this kind of feels like it might be an allegory. Actually, I don't even think this is an allegory. I think it's too obvious to be an allegory. And finally, Average Trooper, Skeleton Mayhem. A skeleton punk game, and y'all know how much I love making up whatever punk subgenres. And this is another play as the monsters game, as I, hinted at earlier, but specifically average skeleton troopers doing, skeleton stuff in the dungeon. The main difference being that while the other one was kind of fun and cute, this one definitely seems to be leaning more into a punk aesthetic and ethos. And it also seems to be a game where you generate characters by rolling dice on a pentagram. So you got punk and you got satanic, and those are like two of my favorite things. And those are my Week 1 picks for Zine Quest 4, and make sure to check out Satanic Panic, the role-playing game, a game of satanic cultists in the 1980s trying to summon Satan. Coming this Saturday, August 13th, to a Zine Quest near you. Link to the pre-launch page in the description, along with all of the other projects that I talked about in this video. I might be back next week for a Week 2 video. I'm not sure, because it seems like there are a lot less projects this year, or at the very least, less projects that are really interesting. But I will see how it goes, and if there are projects, there will be a video. And as always, thank you for watching, with extra special thanks to my Fightin' Flail Snails, Samuel Gorski, Randy Mulholland, and Toshiro came for the nacho cheese but stayed for the comedy. If you'd like to be cool like them, you can check out my Patreon, where you can get early access to videos and fun stuff that I make for the Patreon, and find that sense of wholeness and belonging that you've been missing your entire life. Or not, you know, you might find that. You might not. I don't know. Either way, if you don't want to do that, that's cool too. You can still hit all of the lovely buttons, like, subscribe, these other videos loading around screen that the YouTube or me have selected for you, and I'm sure are lovely videos that you will also enjoy, and I will see you next time.